You got these tickets when you first moved here?
Yes.
What happened?
Within the first month.
Within the first month. You had Oregon plates?
Yes.
So just explain what happened. So.
Then I registered my car probably in December. I believe it was November or December of 2003. This was about 3 months after those tickets. All of the, and apparently according to Baltimore City, all of those fines and citation notices were sent to my old address in Oregon in May of '04, even though I had registered my car here in Maryland.
Right.
Which was somewhat ridiculous. My ex-husband, who I haven't talked to in about 5 years, sends me an email and says I got a citation notice from the city of Baltimore in the amount of $1,900. And I was very surprised, and he mailed them to me. I then called Baltimore City. Baltimore City said that even if I went to court and was found not guilty, that my ex-husband would then be required to pay whatever amount I was not required to pay.
Right. And why did they say that?
I have no idea, because then when I called later, another person said that was not true.
Was that the law firm or the actual
That was
city?
the law firm, yeah. That was not the city.
So they said even if you were found not guilty, you'd still be on the hook for the fine?
My ex-husband would, who's never been to Baltimore. Just says I'm guilty, but he's waiving all fines and penalties, and that I'm only responsible for court costs, which in total amount $45, which was actually less than the original fines. So I'm very happy.
How did you feel? You feel happy?
Very happy. I was kind of afraid of Baltimore City because I knew that they booted people constantly and towed people's cars, and I tried to make sure all my P's and Q's were lined up so it wouldn't happen to me, because it's very different than Oregon.
Yeah. How is it different in Oregon?
We don't boot. I don't think we ever booted cars when I lived in Portland.
Do they have these kind of penalties in Oregon?
No. I mean, if anything, it was a percentage, and there was always a maximum that you could be fined, as far as I remember. I lived there for 5 years.
The city is unique in its penalties.
Definitely, unfortunately.
So over there you didn't have this kind of like sort of ominous tow parking ticket thing?
No.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anybody. I don't think anyone I'd ever met in Portland had ever had their car towed. Ever. Like, by the city of Portland. Ever. I don't even know if I had anybody who had to go to court for parking tickets even.
What do you think of this concept of a $23 ticket becoming a $1,900 fine?
Hard for me to even conceptualize, honestly. It blows me away that they're able to do that. It's almost like robbery to me. I mean, it felt like robbery when I got the citation.
Yeah, right. And I mean, you live in the city.
And I work for the city.
Right. So you're like a committed city resident.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's kind of a strange, like, welcome home kind of gift or something.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, my husband even kind of apologized for the fact that I moved here at one point, because he was so upset about this, too. He was just like, you know, I'm kind of sorry that you moved to Baltimore. As much as he is happy that I did, he's actually sad, too.
Well, I think there are a lot of people who might feel...
This is how they treat their residents, you know, productive members of their city that work for them, that pay their property taxes, and then...
Pay the high insurance.
Yeah, pay the really high property tax and house insurance and car insurance to live here and to support it, because, you know, we do love it. I mean, why would you stay here if you didn't?
Yeah. Right.
And you ever be here. Yeah.